Yesterday we worked on the hour hand, and the hour hand is usually the small hand on the clock. Right now the hour hand is pointed at 3, so it is 3 o'clock. Today we're going to work on the minute hand and the second hand. Now the minute hand is always longer than the hour hand, and it looks like that. Usually it goes almost right to the number. When telling time, we always look at the hour hand first. Now the hour hand right now is pointed at 3, so it is 3 o'clock. And the minute hand is pointed at 12. Now let's take a look at the minute hand. Right now, the minute hand is pointed at the 1. So first we look at the hour, which is 3, and the minutes is pointed at 1. If you said the time was 3 hours and 1 minute, you would be incorrect. For the minute hand, those numbers counts as a group of 5. So if you think of 12 is the beginning of a new hour, we count to that as 0. If we take a look at the next number, 1, it actually is a group of 5 because there's 5 minutes there. If we continue, 2 would be 10, 3 would be 15, 4 would be 20, 5 would be 25, 6 would be 30, 7 would be 35, 8 would be 40, 9 would be 45, 10 would be 50, and finally 11 would be 55. Let's take a look at this example here. Now the hour hand is pointed at the 3, and the minute hand is not pointed at the 5 directly like last time. It's actually in between the 5 and 10. Now for you to tell the exact minute, all clocks have these lines in between the numbers, and each line represents 1 minute. If we look at it a little closer, that should be 1, that should be 2, that should be 3, and that should be 4 there. If we continue on, that should be 6, 7, 8, 9, and if we continued, we'd go all the way to 60, back at the start of a new hour. So right now, my minute hand is pointed at the 7. So the time right now is 3:07. Now the last thing we're going to talk about is the second hand. Not all clocks have the second hand, but if you have a watch or you have a more fancy clock, you might have that. We use the second hand because we want to be more precise. So the second hand is usually a little longer than the minute hand. Right now we know the hour is 3, the minute is 7, so it is 3:07, but we don't know what the second hand is pointing to. So right now, let's take a look. It is pointing to the number 5, and you know that it's in groups of 5. So right now, 5 groups of 5 is 25 minutes. So the time right now is the hour, which is 3, with the colon, and the minute is 7. And finally, the second is 25. So that is the time. Now, instead of saying 3:07, we can actually say 7 minutes past 3. Let's take a look at this example here. Now, the hour hand is pointed between 10 and 11, so it is not 11 o'clock yet. And the minute hand is pointed at the 9, so 9 groups of 5 is 45. The time is 10:45. Now, instead of saying 10:45, you can also say 45 minutes past 10. Now let's take a look at your assignment today. For grade 4s and 5s, you have a different assignment. Make sure you click on the right one. Now if you take a look on the top left, the title is grade 4, week 2, lesson 2. So for grade 5s, look for grade 5, week 2, lesson 2. Now here's your assignment. All you have to do is click on type answer here, double click on it, and you should have it highlighted. Once it's highlighted, you can hit delete and type in your answer. Now let's take a look at the bottom here. It says draw the hands on each clock. You may be wondering, how can you draw it? It's not on physical paper. I'm going to show you how to insert the hands of each clock. You're going to go to the file menu bar on the top, and you're going to click on insert, and there's going to be a list of options. What you want to do is find the option that says line. Now there's different types of lines you can have. What we want to use is the line feature. So I'm just going to click on that, and it says draw the hands of each clock. Now we're going to draw the hands on each clock. Let's just say it was 3 o'clock. So we want to put our mouse or cursor right in the middle of the clock. And we want to click on it, and then we want to hold it and point to the hour that we wanted to select. So let's just say it's 3 o'clock. I'm just going to go and make my hour clock there. Because it's 3 o'clock, I want to insert the minute hand. So I'm going to make another line, and let's just use the arrow here. Bring the cursor right to the middle and point right to 12 there. So that's how you make the hands on Google Slides. Now, if you're using an iPad, I want you to open the Google Slide app, and in it, you should be able to access the work for today. If you click on the plus button, scroll down to the option for line, and you want to hit a basic line. So I put a basic line there. Right now I want it at 3 o'clock. My line isn't pointed at where I want it to be. So let's get it into the center. Let's move it right into the center. So I'm going to move it there. Next, you want to move that hand to a different part. If you take a look at the end of the line, I'm holding on it. I can move it to whatever time I want. Let's take a look at the hour hand. I want it to be set up at 3 o'clock. I'm going to click on that. And then you're going to insert another line. And you're going to do the same thing for your minute hand. Okay, I'm going to put it right back in the center. I'm going to scroll down. Let's make it 3:30. How about that? So that is how you make lines in Google Slides. Hopefully everybody is successful. If you're having problems, just send me a message and I will try to help you. Goodbye.